Hey guys, welcome back to a new video on our channel Pestaki 2.0. This will be an informative video about the various manager tactics that are available in PES. So I'll be talking about both the attacking tactics as well as defending tactics of the managers. First of all, in the manager info page, you can see the offensive and defensive formations of the manager. Both of them are given separately because for a very few managers, the offensive and defensive formations are different, but for like more than 90% of the managers in PES, the offensive and defensive formations are same. Then you can see the adaptability and management skill of the manager. Here you can see a small relation between the two. The management skill is 920 and adaptability is the 10th of the management skill, that is 92. This is similar for all the managers. For example, if your manager is 830 in management skill, then he will have an adaptability of 83. So what does this adaptability mean? When you first sign a manager, he will not be in full familiarity. The maximum familiarity of the manager of all the managers is 120%. As you use him in all your matches, his familiarity increases and reaches the peak 120%. Higher the adaptability of the manager, the faster will he be reaching the 120% familiarity. For all managers, there are two tactics, offensive as well as defensive. For most of the managers, both of these tactics will be quite same, but for some managers, there might be some differences. For example, in Fernando Santos, in offensive tactics, the build-up is short pass, and in defensive tactics, the build-up is long pass. Now I'll explain all of the tactics in detail. So let's go to the first topic, attacking tactics of the managers. These are the four attacking tactics of managers. The first one is attacking styles. It can be possession game or counter-attack. Possession game involves a lot of passing between the midfielders before the ball reaches the strikers. This is a relatively slower attacking style than counter-attack. The supporting players will try to find spaces in the pitch and come for the support of the player without making a forward run towards the goal. So if you are a player who likes to play slowly, keep the possession, control the ball in the midfield, give a lot of passes and wait for the right moment to score a goal, then possession manager will be your manager of choice. Counter-attack is usually a faster playing style than possession game. When our team gets the possession, the other players will burst forward to get. Here you can see that as soon as I regain possession, all of my midfielders make a forward burst towards the goal. Thus, instead of coming towards the player to support him, they themselves get into more attacking positions by running forward, and thus the ball can reach the penalty box faster. This doesn't mean that we can't play counter-attack in possession managers. At times of need, the possession game can be switched to counter-attack, but mostly the team will be playing according to the attacking style. This will be same for the counter-attack managers also. We can play possession game sometimes with these managers. When we put a possession game player into a counter-attack formation, the team spirit will reduce. It's because at that point he is not capable to play counter-attack, so he will not be playing at his best. But as you continue to use him, this number will gradually increase to 99 and then you will get his best results. The team spirit will also increase to 99. This is similar for other attacking as well as defending tactics as well. Next I'll talk about the two build-up tactics of managers. This can be explained on the basis of how far your players are from your goalkeeper when the goalkeeper takes a goal kick. In short pass build-up, all your players will be near to your goalkeeper. The center backs will be inside the box. You give them a short pass and start the build-up. In long pass build-up, all your players will be far away from your goalkeeper and you give them a long pass, as you can see on the screen, to start the build-up. Next I'll talk about attacking zones. The first one is wide attacking zones. In this, the team attacks mainly from out wide. More links and combinations played in the wings are made during the build-up. That is, you should play using your offensive fullbacks, your center midfielders as well as your wing forwards. The players who are in the middle
usually play only as a link from one wing to the other wing.
The next is attacking area center. In this, the team attacks mainly through the middle. More links and combinations are played in the central area during the build-up. This is good for players who always like to play in the middle. For example, in this formation, the DMF, 2 CMF, AMF and the 2 strikers in the center play the most important role in the build-up of the game. Next, I'll talk about positioning. In maintain formation positioning, the players will stay in their position and maintain the overall shape of the formation unless you call them out for an offensive or defensive support. This is good for maintaining a good defensive line, but it would be difficult to involve a lot of players for attacking. In flexible positioning, if one player moves forward for attack, then another player will come and take the position of the first player. Thus the positioning is flexible and the players will exchange positions for covering each other. That is all for the attacking tactics. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. It will be really helpful for us. Thank you. Now let's move on to the next part, defensive tactics. These are the various defensive tactics in the game. The first one is defensive styles. In that we have frontline pressure as well as all-out defense. The first one is all-out defense. In this, when the possession is lost, the players drop back into their own half and form a defensive wall. As you can see in this video, as soon as I lost the possession of the ball, my players start to run towards the defensive half. This is simply what all-out defense is. When you lose the ball, the player simply runs into their own half and keep the defensive shape. In frontline pressure, when the possession is lost, players apply pressure from the front, looking to win the ball high up the pitch. In frontline pressure, many of the players will not be retreating into the defensive half. They will stay in the attacking area and try to win the ball from there itself. As you can see in this video, as soon as I lost possession of the ball, my players have a tendency to stay there and try to win the ball from there itself rather than running all the way back to the defensive area. Next, I'll talk about containment area. It can be wide or center. In containment area wide, our defense will force the opponent to play in a more wide position, that is through the wings. This is particularly useful if you have midfielders and fullbacks who have good defensive abilities, who can stay out wide and stop the opposition attack through the wings. You can use this tactic against narrow formations like the 4-3-1-2 formation, 4-3-2-1 formations, etc. In this formation there are no wingers, so most of the play will be in the center area. If this formation is playing against a containment area wide formation, then the central players will be forced to play in the wings and the formation will not work out properly. In containment area center, our defense will cut off the opponent's built up in the wings and they will be forced to play in the center. This is particularly useful if you have a good center back pair and midfielders with good defensive abilities. This tactic can be used against formations which use wide attacking areas like the 4-3-3 formations, so that the wingers, who will be the key part in these formations, cannot play well because they will be cut off and they will be forced to play in the center. The last one is about pressing, which is of aggressive and conservative type. First of all, pressing should not be confused with defensive styles, frontline pressure and all-out defense. Defending styles refer to the movement of the whole squad when they are defending, while pressing refers to the movement of the defender who is closest to the opponent player who has the ball. The first one is aggressive pressing. Almost all of the managers have this type of pressing. In this, the first defender will move in and close down opposition attackers to win back the ball. Your player will press high up the pitch to get the ball. This is good if you want to get the ball very quickly, but this type of pressing will leave the backline exposed and there can be chances of counterattack for the opponent. In conservative pressing, the defender will not move forward to get the ball from the opponent. Instead, the defender will allow the player to venture forward, keeping him at arm's length.
Interception and tackling will occur at the defensive area only. This will help you to maintain the defensive shape and prevent the opponents from rushing forward and leaving your backline exposed.
So that's it for this video, guys. I hope this video was helpful for you. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Pestaki 2.0 signing off.